What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Bodacious Rant. I hope everyone's having a great week and a weekend as well. Obviously, I'm Ryan, that is Byrne, and we are going to be talking about a spoiler-free review of the newest Super Mario Brothers movie by Illumination.
Illumination!
Exactly. Thank you. You did a lot better than I did. Like I said, it is spoiler-free, so before we kind of get our thoughts out there, please do not forget to give us a like, ring the bell, and of course subscribe. We do appreciate and want to keep everybody diving in and stuff. So let's get started, shall we? So this movie, like I said, is not the first Mario Brothers movie. They did do an adaptation with the late Bob Hoskins, John Luigi, and I forgot who else was in it. It's a much older movie, like 80s, maybe early 90s. No, I think it was 80s. It definitely tried to go along the lines of like Total Recall, from what I remember, just that weird sci-fi, borderline adult style.
Yeah.
And while I do love Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo, because I'm sucker for those actors, it just was not a good movie. No. Very weird, very off-brand for Mario. Where this one looks like it was ripped straight out of the game, but even better with the anime. I think this is Illumination's best animated movie ever. That's how great it was. Essentially, the short point of it is that Mario and Luigi are sucked into this alternate world where they have to they get caught in the middle of a war between Princess Peach and the evil Bowser, and I think this is such a great cast of a thing. We got, Chris Pratt actually really surprised me as Mario. I thought he did really well, got the voice right, because I know everybody was worried about. I think originally a lot of fans were worried about him sounding just like himself as Mario, just a little too seriously, kind of grizzled sometimes, or just super American, because Mario's Italian. But no, I think he did great. Charlie Day as Luigi, hilarious. I thought that was another great, great cast. And my other two favorites, I mean, there was a lot of great. We had Keegan-Michael Key as Toad. We had Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong. My other favorites, in all honesty, were Anya Taylor-Joy as Princess Peach and Jack Black as Bowser. I think he was the knockout hit for specifically just a little part for me. I'm not going to say it now because, Bern, you know which one I'm talking about.
I do.
Oh, man. This is a big, this is like Jack Black. We had him in Mandalorian, and now we got him in this. It's a Jack Black week, and I love it because he's one of my favorite people growing up. Mm-hmm. Before I get my thoughts and my ranting rating out there, Bern, what did you think of this movie?
I mean, I 100% agree of what your first statement was about, this being Illumination's best looking movie. I mean, hands down, this is a really, really good looking animated movie. They obviously had a lot of really good material to work with, especially with all the Mario characters, and that sort of art style is very fun. Has withstood this test of time for the last almost 40 years. So, for them to be able to build off that and make it interesting in its own right, I thought that was really, really well done. And yeah, the voice cast here was really, really solid. Chris Pratt, like you mentioned, a lot of people were kind of dogging on him, before the movie release, thinking he wasn't going to do that well, but I think he did pretty well. He definitely didn't detract from the movie, I think. And that's about one of the best things you can say when it comes to a voice performance. If it doesn't take you out of the movie, I think they did a really good job with it. And him and Charlie Day, I think they had really good chemistry as the two Mario brothers, and I definitely would like to see more from them. I would say for me, Anya Taylor-Joy and Keegan-Michael Key were just good, and I would throw Seth Rogen in there too. They were good, they didn't really stand out to me. But as you mentioned, Jack Black as Bowser was by far the clear standout in this movie to me. He was so fantastic, and they really utilized his talents well here. But overall, this is a very, very fun movie. It doesn't try to do anything crazy. It doesn't try to break the mold. It just wants to entertain you and sort of give you little nostalgia bits from games. The games and little things of Mario from the past and up to this point. So, and I think they did that pretty well. I do wish at some points they could have done a little bit more with it, but I think with how bad that first Mario Brothers adaptation was, I mean, it was so bad that Nintendo has not licensed their material for movies since then. Like, this is the first movie since then. So, for them to play it safe a little bit here, I think is a little bit like, it's okay. It's fair. Like, that they didn't want to mess this one up. And I don't think they did. I think they just delivered a really fun movie in this one.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I will say for everyone though, if you do will watch this, just remember this is a family movie. It's
Kids
not one
movie
of those
for
video
sure.
yeah, it's not one of those video game adaptations where it's made for like it's not made for everyone in the sense that adults will get genuine like, oh my god, this is such a great movie, just because it is tailored more for kids. I know that's a little weird to say, just because there were a couple moments I was like, yeah, some things could have landed a little, some jokes could have landed a little bit better. I think some plot points could have been improved on, but it was just kept very simple for kids, just because it's trying to bring in a new generation for these. But
For sure.
honestly, before I give my ranting, I would say I would really want Illumination to keep doing like this Nintendo verse. I would love to see a Zelda movie, maybe even a Metroid movie. If they could make that one, probably I think Metroid would be a little bit more adult in my opinion.
It would have
Not
to be, I
like
think.
not like Doom adult, but obviously a little bit more serious. And maybe I would love to even Super Smash Bros. I did see a couple people render like a whole Nintendo verse like timeline of movies they could do, and I'm like, dude, a Super Smash Bros would fucking slay
That'd be
with
sick.
this animation. It would be amazing. A total just collaboration of everybody. Having said all that, I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5, just because again, animation's great. I love the cast. One of my favorite movie crushes, Anya Taylor-Joy, is in it, and everyone's such a joy to watch and hear in this movie. Again, it's just the fact that I think it was a little too childish is the reason why it's keeping it from like a 4, maybe even a 5. Well, mostly a 4, but then the plot I think was just a little too simple for it to be any better. But it's still a good time to have. I just don't recommend it for like adults for the most part. So that's my thoughts on that.
Yeah, I would say for like the adults who definitely grew up with Mario and stuff, that are fans of the games and stuff, they'll definitely come away from this enjoying it. And for the adults who are going in and taking their kids and don't know anything about Mario, I don't think they're gonna hate their time with this movie. I think they'll have a lot of fun with it. Again, the visuals are really cool. The voice cast was fun. The music was a lot of fun too. The original score on this one, Illumination does do the thing here that they do in all their other movies where they have pop music in there, but I think they dialed it back. I think for this one, it's definitely not as much as the Secret Life of Pets or the Despicable Me movies. So I'm glad they dialed it back. Maybe they can do it a little further for the next one, because the music of Mario on its own, I think, is really, really cool and really nostalgic and deserves its own time in the light. So yeah, and I think the score over here was really cool. But yeah, like you said, the plot is fairly standard and just really meant to be as light and as lean and just approachable as possible. So it doesn't really offer much outside of fun visuals, fun little action gags, and really cool voice performances. So yeah, for me, it's going to be a 3 out of 5 as well. This is an enjoyable kids movie, and I think they definitely did not do anything to hurt the Mario brand with this one, which I think is the goal of this one. They definitely wanted to, dip their toe back into the movie field, and hopefully now, like you said, it can grow into something like more Mario movies. Zelda would be dope. Metroid. I'll throw in Star Fox too. That would be really cool. Just again,
Star Fox would be amazing.
Nintendo has a huge catalog of really awesome characters, and to build to something like Smash Bros would be totally awesome. I'd be so down for that.
I wouldn't even mind a Pokemon CGI movie just because of Smash Bros has Pokemon, so I wouldn't even mind them doing it that way. And then I think the other part that made it great, that also I think not only helped but made a lot of fun, was the Mario Kart scene. That was so much fun to watch, and that was my favorite part of the whole movie. But everyone, what did you guys think of this movie? If you saw it, did you love it? Or did you feel like me a little bit? Like, man, this is definitely more of a kid's movie, but I'm still in it. Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your thoughts on that as well. Stay tuned. We are also going to be talking about the new Ben Affleck movie, Air. And, we got some other reviews coming out, especially this week. So stay tuned for all those, guys. As always, stay bodacious and keep on ranting for the both of us.
Absolutely, everybody. Be good, be safe, and as always, we'll catch y'all on the next one.